أعوذ بالله السميع العليم من الشيطان اللعين الرجيم. بسم الله الرحمن الرحيم. الحمد لله الذي كان موجودا قبل حدوث الأشياء ويبقى بعد فناء الأشياء. تفرد بالأولية والقدم ووسم كل شيء ما عداه بالفناء والعدم. كما قال عز شأنه: كل شيء هالك إلا وجهه وكل نفس ذائقة الموت. وقال: كل من عليها فان ويبقى وجه ربك ذو الجلال والإكرام. سبحان من لا يخفى عليه اختلاف النيات ولا يعذب عنه معاصي العباد في الخلوات. سبحان من لا يخفى عليه اختلاف النيات ولا يعذب عنه معاصي العباد في الخلوات. سبحان الله الذي منه خلقة العباد وإليه المعاد. فمن يعمل مثقال ذرة خيرا يره ومن يعمل مثقال ذرة شرا يره. نشهد أن لا إله إلا هو الملك الذي لا ينازع في ملكه ولا يضاد في حكمه. يعذب من يشاء بما يشاء كيف يشاء ويرحم من يشاء بما يشاء كيف يشاء. تعذيبه المسيئين عدل وعفوه تفضل. ونشهد أن محمدا سيد المرسلين والمنذرين صلى الله عليه وآله الهداة المهديين. من ركب سفينتهم نجا واهتدى ومن تخلف عنها ضل فغرق وهوى. أوصيكم عباد الله بالاعتصام بالتقوى فإنه حبل متين وعروة وثقى. أوصيكم ونفسي بتقوى الله ونظم أمركم. I advise you all and myself to fear Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala and to organize our affairs. Assalamu alaikum wa rahmatullahi wa barakatuh. Allah tabaraka wa ta'ala in chapter Al-Qadr, which is Bismillah ar-Rahman ar-Rahim, Inna anzalnahu fi Laylatul Qadr wa ma adraka ma Laylatul Qadr. Laylatul Qadri khayrun min alfi shahr tanazzalul malaikatu war-ruhu fiha bi'idhni rabbihim min kulli amr salamun hiya hatta matla'il fajr. These few verses, but a very deep and a very important message that is being conveyed in this chapter, where Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala says, verily and surely I have revealed Quran in the night of destiny. And what do you know? What is this night of destiny, this Laylatul Qadr? If you knew what this night is, Laylatul Qadr, what is one of the important points of this night is Laylatul Qadr khayrun min alfi shahr. This single night is better than 1,000 months. This is only one of those aspects. Laylatul Qadri khayrun min alfi shahr. What happens in this night? This is very important. I want your attention today specifically on this ayah. Tanazzalul malaikah. What happens? Tanazzalul malaikah. The descent of al-malaikah war-ruh. The descent of the angels and the spirit. Tanazzalul malaikatu war-ruhu fiha bi-idhni rabbihim. Along with the order of Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala, with the order of their Lord. Min kulli amr, along with all the issues, every decree, every destiny of an individual living on the face of the earth. Min kulli amr. Salamun hiya hatta matla'il fajr. And this is a night of peace unless the break of the dawn. Until the break of the dawn. Now this chapter is Inna anzalna al-Qadr. And why am I quoting this chapter today? The topic of today's sermon is Laylatul Qadr, is the chapter of Qadr and the wilayah of Ahlul Bayt alayhi salatu wasalam. What is the connection? We have to think beyond certain things which are always being discussed. And we are only going to talk with the narrations that we have today. So I'm going to narrate 2 or 3 narrations today, which will give us some understanding of the night we are going to witness tonight, the eve of tonight, the Laylatul Qadr, the second night. Now, this is an important surah, this is an important chapter which we keep on reciting, but there are few very important points for all of us to understand. Now, Imam alayhi salatu wasalam signifies and notifies what is the importance of this month The sixth Imam, Imam Ja'far as-Sadiq alayhi salatu was-salam, Subhanallah, very important lesson for all of us. Ya ma'ashara Shia, oh my Shia, oh the group of Shia, oh my followers, the lovers. خاصموا بسورة إنا أنزلناه تفلجوا أو تفلحوا. Go and debate your opponents with this surah of Inna Anzalna. Tafluju aw, there are two terms, tuflihu. So you may be victorious, so you may win against your opponents. Go and debate with your opponents with this surah. Why do we do this? What is so important in this surah? This is today's topic. فَوَاللَّهِ, by Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala, Imam says, إِنَّهَا لَحُجَّةُ اللَّهِ تَبَارَكَ وَتَعَالَى عَلَى الْخَلْقِ بَعْدَ رَسُولُ اللَّهِ. This chapter, Inna Anzalna, this chapter of Qadr, is so important that this is, after the Holy Prophet, this is the proof of Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. What do you mean a proof of Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala? That means Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala, when He wants to prove something and when He wants to close a chapter for everyone, this surah is important. Same as the Holy Prophet is a proof of Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala, this chapter, Al-Qadr, is proof of Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. Now, there can be two aspects, Ba'da Rasulullah. Either it is the timeline or the time frame that Imam alayhi salatu wasalam is addressing towards, that after the time of the Holy Prophet, after the Holy Prophet goes from this world, this surah is the proof of Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. Or maybe Imam is trying to say that this surah, along with the Holy Prophet, is the proof of Allah. Now, whichever the case, the important thing is that Imam says, إِنَّهَا لَسَيَّدَةُ دِينِكُمْ. This chapter, subhanallah, this chapter is the master of your deen. Before I read this narration, I did not know that this chapter is also, none of the chapters in the Holy Quran are known as Sayyadati Dinikum, master of your deen. Ajib. Innaha laghayatu ilmina. And this chapter is the ultimate knowledge of us. This is our ultimate knowledge. What is Imam trying to say here? I'm just preparing your minds and I'm waiting for others also to come for that important narration that I want to quote today. And I want all of you to memorize this narration. Now, Imam says that this is an important chapter. Go and debate with your opponents with this chapter, with the help of this chapter, and ask them and debate with them. Mullah, what do we debate with them? What is the topic here to debate? Now, the ayah which I told you to remember, the verse, this is a very important verse. تَنَزَّلُ الْمَلَائِكَةُ وَالرُّوحُ فِيهَا بِإِذْنِ رَبِّهِمْ مِنْ كُلِّ أَمْرٍ. The angels and the Spirit will descend on this night with the permission and the order or the decree of Allah, or their Lord, Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala, along with Amr, with every destiny of every individual living on the face of the earth, with every order of Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala, with every issue, with every matter. Amr. Now, just give a few minutes on this point. Tanazzalu. Tanazzalu is known as mudari'. Mudari' is a verb which indicates present and future. Okay, pay close attention, because your sixth Imam is asking you to debate your opponents using this surah. You have to know how to debate. You have to know what to debate. Now, other narrations are telling us what to debate. Tanazzalu is mudari'. It is a verb indicating continuity, and it tells us about the hal, the present, and the future, the mustaqbal, right? تَنَزَّلُ الْمَلَائِكَةُ وَالرُّوحُ فِيهَا. The angels and the Spirit, they descend in this night, right? They are descending. Now, when it is tanazzalu, when it is indicating future also, that means that even after the time of the Holy Prophet, this night is going to be there. Yes? Is it clear? This Laylatul Qadr, the night of destiny, the Holy Prophet is no more amongst us, but the night is there. We're waiting for it tonight, right? The night is there. If the night is there, for every year this night is going to appear, that means this Tanazzulul Malaikatu is going to happen every night. You are with me? This Tanazzalu is going to happen every night. Every night, every year we are going to have this night, and every night, the Laylatul Qadr, we are going to have this Tanazzulul Malaikatu wa Ruhu fiha. Now, when we know that this is going to happen every year, and every Laylatul Qadr, this tanazzul, this descent of malaika, of the angels and the spirit is going to happen every year. At the time of the Holy Prophet, it was the Holy Prophet, the station of malaika and the spirit, the station was the Holy Prophet. Where they used to descend? They used to descend at the Holy Prophet. Now, when the Holy Prophet is not there, where are these angels going to descend? You get the point now? If the Prophet is not here in this time, today, this year, the Ramadan of 1446 Hijrah, this year, tonight, we are going to witness Laylatul Qadr. And Quran, na'udhu billah, cannot lie. And this tanazzalul malaikatu war-ruhu fiha bi'idhni rabbihim min kulli amrin is going to happen tonight, for sure. Either it happened the previous night, or it is going to happen tonight, or the next night, the 23rd night. Either of the three, it is going to happen. Now the Holy Prophet is not in this world. What is the station of these angels and spirit coming down and descending? Where are they going to descend? Go and ask your opponents. This is what Imam As-Sadiq alayhi salatu wasalam is saying. Go and ask your opponents if this is true, that these angels are going to descend, and Quran says every year continuity is there. The tense and the verb is used as past and the future. If it is going to happen every year, where are the angels going to descend? Now someone asked the Imam, the sixth Imam, and said, Mawla, tell me, that do you know amongst all the three of these options, which one is Laylatul Qadr? Do you know which one is Laylatul Qadr? Ta'rifuna Laylatul Qadr? He asks Imam, do you know which one is Laylatul Qadr? The Laylatul Qadr, right? There is one Laylatul Qadr. Amongst these three, which one is the Laylatul Qadr? Imam says, وَكَيْفَ لَا نَعْرِفُ لَيْلَةَ الْقَدْرِ. How can we not know Laylatul Qadr? I would say if Imam did not know, who would know? Yeah. If Imam did not knew what Laylatul Qadr, which Laylatul Qadr is, who would know? Imam says, كَيْفَ لَا نَعْرِفُ لَيْلَةَ الْقَدْرِ. How can we not know Laylatul Qadr? وَالْمَلَائِكَةُ Subhanallah. I need your attention. وَالْمَلَائِكَةُ يَطُوفُونَ بِنَا فِيهَا. And the angels, they circle around us in that night. How can we not know? How, subhanallah. Imam is saying, how can I not know when I see the angels circling around me? That is Laylatul Qadr. I'm sure I know which Laylatul Qadr it is. That means the angels are descending upon whom? Upon the Imam of the time, of that time. Now after the Holy Prophet, it was Amirul Mu'mineen, after him it was Imam al-Hassan, after him it was Imam al-Hussein, after him it was Ali ibn al-Hussein, and later on every Imam at every time. Now tonight, when these angels descend, where are they going to descend, my mu'mineen, my friends? Where are they going to descend? They are going to descend upon the Imam of our time, Hujjat ibn al-Hasan al-Mahdi, Ajjalallah ta'ala farajahu al-Sharif. Quran, ibadat, prayers, supplication, repentance, forgiveness, everything aside, if one can understand that the descent of these malaika war-ruhu fiha bi'idhni rabbihim min kulli amr, it is happening on the Imam of our time, subhanallah. Nothing you want to know, nothing else you want to know. You do not need to know anything else. If you understand the very essence and the secret lying within this night, it is the descent of the angels and ruh upon the Imam of our time. The angels are not going to descend upon a mosque, yeah, upon the holy Kaaba, upon the trees or the mountains or the water bodies or this earth. No. What are they going to do descending upon water? Yes. What are the angels going to do to descend upon the trees and bring every amr, the destiny? Why are they bringing this destiny? Yeah. Why are they bringing this decree, the destiny for every individual on this night? For the trees to sign, for the mountains to sign, for the Imam to sign, the one who's the likes of the Holy Prophet. Yes. Khasimu, go and argue with your opponents with this chapter, with this surah, which is Surah Inna Anzalnahu Fi Laylatul Qadr. You see how important the surah is? You see, you're getting close to what I want to prepare myself for tonight and for the night to come. This is what I need to think upon. when we are asked to recite the Holy Quran, it is not merely the recitation, Bismillah ar-Rahman ar-Rahim, Alhamdulillah Rabbil Alameen. It's okay. It's okay, you will get thawab. But this is what is intended in this night, that you understand, that you gain this closeness to Ahlul Bayt alayhi salatu wasalam. And through this closeness, you are going to get close to Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. You think you can gain closeness and proximity to Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala by just coming in the mosque? By just going down? Yeah, by just doing prostration and ruku and sujood? No, it's not going to happen that easy. It is the Imam of the time who's going to hold us from our hands and take us to Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. It is the work of Imam. It is the work of Imam. People think, Muslimin think, no, I can do it for myself. No, you cannot. You cannot do anything. You cannot take a single step towards Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala without the help of Imam alayhi salatu wasalam. It cannot happen. It just cannot happen. Now, this narration which I have been waiting for and preparing you, subhanallah, this narration is something that I would request the young audience, my boys here, the elders, the youngsters, and the youth especially, if you cannot memorize the wordings, at least understand the concept for tonight. Yes, for tonight. Now, Imam, the sixth Imam, Imam al-Sadiq alayhi salatu wassalam, you know, if I want to really do justice to this narration, I should have recited this narration and given at least an hour to this narration. But I will just very quickly go through the translation only. Now, Imam says, the sixth Imam says that Amir al-Mu'mineen, my grandfather Ali ibn Abi Talib alayhi salatu wasalam, used to repeat this. He kept on repeating this instance and report. What is that report? Kana Ali ibn Abi Talib alayhi salatu wasalam kathiran ma yaqul. He used to repeat this. It must have been something very important and dear to Amir al-Mu'mineen that he kept on repeating this. Kathiran ma yaqul. What he used to say? He used to narrate an instance on behalf of the Holy Prophet. Ma ijtama'a التيمي والعدوي عند رسول الله صلى الله عليه وآله وهو يقرأ إن أنزلناه بتخشع وبكاء. Never happened that those two, the companions, those two, Imam says, Al-Adawi wa Tayyami. Those two companions, never it had happened that those two companions came to the Holy Prophet and Holy Prophet did not recite Inna Anzalnah for them. It never happened. Whenever they came, those two came to the Holy Prophet, Rasulullah recited Inna Anzallahu for them. Now, what secret lies behind this? وَهُوَ يَقْرَأ بِالتَّخَشُّعِ وَبُكَاءٍ. The Holy Prophet used to cry, used to shed tears, بِالتَّشَعُّ وَبُكَاءٍ, and with grief. The Holy Prophet used to recite Inna Anzalnahu fi Laylatul Qadr. This is not me, I'm not telling this all to you. This is Imam narrating, this is the sixth Imam narrating, and this is the Holy Prophet doing something like this. Now, remember this, and I have references after the khutbah. I can give you all the references. Now, Imam says the Holy Prophet used to cry, used to feel grief, and used to shed tears. These two people, فَيَقُولَانِ مَا أَشَدُّ رَقَّتِكَ لِهَذِهِ السُّورَةِ. Holy Prophet, I see that you have a deep grief regarding this surah. Whenever we come to you, you start reciting this surah, and we find that you have a deep grief and sorrow for this surah, for this chapter. فَيَقُولُ رَسُولُ اللَّهِ صَلَّى اللَّهُ عَلَيْهِ وَآلِهِ. Carefully, everyone, I need your attention. The Holy Prophet used to reply, لَمَا رَأَتْ عَيْنِي وَوَعَى قَلْبِي. This grief is because what my eyes see and what my heart feels. وَلِمَا يَرَى قَلْبُ هَذَا مِنْ بَعْدِ. And it is this grief and these tears are for what my eyes see and what my heart feels, and for the grief of what the heart of this person feels. Amir al-Mu'mineen. The Holy Prophet points towards Amir al-Mu'mineen and says that I see something and I feel something, that is why I'm shedding my tears, and for the grief that this person's heart is going to feel min ba'di, after my demise. Clear? These people, they ask, فَيَقُولَانِ وَمَا الَّذِي. Yes, you might have this question in your mind also. So they used to ask every time, وَمَا الَّذِي رَأَيْتَ وَمَا الَّذِي يَرَى. What is that you see and what is that he is going to see? Who? Ali ibn Abi Talib alayhi salatu wasalam. What are they going to see? قَالَ يَكْتُبُ لَهُمَا فِي التُّرَابِ. The Holy Prophet did not reply, but he wrote on the floor, on the ground, with the mud and with the sand over there. He used to write, تَنَزَّلُ الْمَلَائِكَةُ وَالْرُوحُ فِيهَا بِإِذْنِ رَبِّهِمْ مِنْ كُلِّ أَمْرٍ. The Holy Prophet did not reply anything. But he used to write on the floor, that he used to say, that, look at this, what I'm writing. He used to say, recite, tears, shedding tears, grief, everything. And then he used to write, تَنَزِّلُ الْمَلَائِكَةُ وَالرُّوحُ فِيهَا بِإِذْنِ رَبِّهِمْ مِنْ كُلِّ أَمْرٍ. Yes, this is what he used to write. And then they used to ask, ثُمَّ قَالَ يَقُولُ هَلْ بَقِيَ شَيْءٌ بَعْدَ قَوْلِهِ عَزَّ وَجَلَّ كُلُّ أَمْرٍ. Is there anything left when Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala says, كُلُّ أَمْرٍ, everything is being descended along with the ruh and malaika? Is there anything left after Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala saying kullu amr, everything? So they used to reply, La ya Rasulullah, no, nothing is left. When Allah is saying everything, that means nothing is left. Then the Holy Prophet used to ask, فَيَقُولُ هَلْ تَعْلِمَانِ مَنِ الْمُنْزَلُ إِلَيْهِ بِذَلِكَ. Do you both know who is the station upon whom these malaika and the spirit are descending? They used to say, yes, Ya Rasulullah, we know that who he is. يَقُولَانِ أَنْتَ يَا Rasulullah. You, O Holy Prophet, these angels that descend upon you. The Holy Prophet used to say, Naam, yes, you are right. The angels and the spirit, they descend upon me. Very interesting hadith regarding tonight and regarding the surah and regarding the wilayah and the authority of Amir al-Mu'mineen. The Holy Prophet used to say, okay, if this is happening on me and I'm the station, فَيَقُولُ فَهَلْ يُنْزَلُ ذَلِكَ الْأَمْرِ فِيهَا. And is this happening every night, every year? يَقُولَانِ نَعَمْ, yes, it is happening. So the Holy Prophet used to ask, that after me, who is the one? If it is happening today, in this time it is happening upon me, I'm the station, they are descending upon me. After me, who is it going to be? Who is it going to be? فَيَقُولُ إِلَى مَنْ. Who is going to be? فَيَقُولَانِ لَا نَدْرِي. They used to reply, Holy Prophet, we do not know. فَيَأْخُذْ. Then Amir al-Mu'mineen used to reply and used to narrate this instance, that the Holy Prophet, فَيَأْخُذْ بِرَأْسِ. The Holy Prophet used to grab my head. Yes, used to grab my head in his arms. وَيَقُولُ إِن لَمْ تَدْرِيَا فَدْرِيَا هُوَ هَذَا مِنْ بَعْدِي. If you both do not know, be known that after me, the descent of the angels and the spirit is going to be upon Ali ibn Abi Talib alayhi salatu wasalam. This is the message that is being conveyed in this chapter. This is this authority of Amir al-Mu'mineen alayhi salatu wasalam. This is the wilayah of Amir al-Mu'mineen alayhi salatu wasalam. That after the Holy Prophet, where is this tanazzul going to happen? Where are these angels going to come down? Where are these angels and the spirit going to descend? It is Amir al-Mu'mineen. It is none other than Ali ibn Abi Talib alayhi salatu wasalam. And this tells us the khilafah and wilayah bila fasl, the successorship of Amir al-Mu'mineen after the Holy Prophet. And this used to happen every year. And Imam alayhi salatu wasalam says that Amir al-Mu'mineen used to repeat this, used to keep on repeating this. And then one day, the sixth Imam said, Ma abiyana fadlaha ala suwar qultu ayyu fadl. The Imam said, the sixth Imam said, that this surah has a superiority which is very evident upon the rest of the chapters. The companions used to ask Imam, what is that superiority? How can it be so clear that we don't know? Imam used to reply, it is the wilayah. قال نزلت ولاية أمير المؤمنين. It is the wilayah of Amir al-Mu'mineen that is being decreed and ordered by Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. Something that we all need to understand, especially for these nights. It is Quran, it is supplication, it is everything that you have been hearing. Everything is true, yes. But the most important thing that we have to understand is the wilayah of Amir al-Mu'mineen. This is not something that I am telling you from my side. This is something that Imam alayhi salatu wasalam is telling us. This is how you prepare for Laylatul Qadr. Laylatul Qadri khayrun min alfi shahr. The amount of steps that you can take in an ordinary day towards your Imam, the Imam of your time, Sahib al-Amr, maybe you can take a step in an ordinary day. Laylatul Qadri khayrun min alfi shahr. The amount of steps and proximity that you can gain in thousands of months, that same amount of closeness you can get in this single night of Qadr. You understand the importance of this night tonight? This is what we are going to witness, and this is what we are going to enter tonight. May Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala, there is so much more to discuss about this night. I'm leaving, but inshallah, I hope that we all are spiritually and mentally prepared for this night, and to ask Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala, along with all the wishes and all the desires which are shari'i in our hearts. May Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala fulfill all our desires, all our wishes, all our supplications in this night that is to come. But the most important dua for this night is the hastening of the reappearance of the Imam of our time, the last hujjat of Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. May Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala give us tawfiq to understand this night, and to understand the secret lying behind this night, and to understand who the Imam of our time is. إن أحسن الحديث وأبلغ الموعظة كتاب الله. أعوذ بالله من الشيطان اللعين الرجيم. بسم الله الرحمن الرحيم. إنا أعطيناك الكوثر فصل لربك وانحر إن شانئك هو الأبتر. صدق الله العلي العظيم. أعوذ بالله السميع العليم من الشيطان اللعين الرجيم. بسم الله الرحمن الرحيم. الحمد لله رب العالمين، وصلى الله على سيدنا ونبينا وشفيع المذنبين أبي القاسم مصطفى محمد وأهل بيته الطيبين الطاهرين المعصومين المظلومين، لا سيما حجة ابن الحسن المهدي عجل الله تعالى فرجه الشريف. أوصيكم ونفسي بتقوى الله ونظم أمركم. Once again, I advise you all and myself to fear Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala and to organize our affairs. Within these last 10 minutes of the second sermon, I would like to address and like to express the condolences on this day, which is again the day regarded as the days of the martyrdom of the commander of the faithful, Amir al-Mu'mineen Ya'subuddin Ali ibn Abi Talib alayhi salatu wassalam. During the caliphate of Amir al-Mu'mineen, one day Amir al-Mu'mineen went on the pulpit to recite and to deliver the sermon of Friday, and it was the first of Ramadan, where Imam alayhi salatu wasalam delivered a long sermon, and there he said, Inna Sayyid al-Wasiyyin. I'm just quoting 2 or 3 lines from that sermon. Inna Sayyid al-Wasiyyin. This is what the Holy Prophet informed Imam Ali alayhi salatu wasalam, and Imam is narrating what the Holy Prophet informed Amir al-Mu'mineen. That the Holy Prophet said, Inna Sayyid al-Wasiyyin yuqtalu fi Sayyid al-Shuhur. Verily and surely, the commander of the successors, the master of the successors, is going to be killed in the month which is the master of the months. So Amir al-Mu'mineen asked, فَقُلْتُ يَا رَسُولُ اللَّهِ. Amir al-Mu'mineen asked, O Holy Prophet, O beloved Prophet, وَمَا سَيِّدُ الشُّهُورِ وَمَنْ سَيِّدُ الْوَصِيِّينَ. What is this, the master of the months, and who is the master of the successors, Sayyid al-Wasiyyin? Holy Prophet replied, أَمَّا سَيِّدُ الشُّهُورِ فَهُوَ شَهْرُ رَمَضَانِ. The master of the months, the superior month among all the months, is the month of Ramadan. وَأَمَّا سَيِّدُ الْوَصِيِّينَ فَأَنْتَ يَا عَلِي. And the Sayyid of Wasiyyin, the commander and the master of the successors, is you, Ali ibn Abi Talib. You are going to be martyred in this month, the month of Ramadan. And this is how, during the last years of the life of Amir al-Mu'mineen, he remembered his martyrdom. And that last night when he was at the house of his daughter, Kulthum, salamullah alayha, Imam alayhi salatu wasalam used to come out in the courtyard and used to look at the sky. And then he used to take his grabs and he used to say, surely my brother, the Holy Prophet, whatever he informed me is true, and the time is near. and he was waiting for his martyrdom. Never it happened in any of the battlefields that after every victory that Imam Ali ﷺ fought and gained for Islam, never happened that Imam announced his victory. Ever in history. You cannot show me wherever Imam Ali ﷺ won, wherever he came victorious, after every battlefield, he never said, I am victorious. But at that time in Mihrab, when he was, his beard was dyed with the blood of his forehead. That was the time Imam Ali ﷺ cried out loud, Fuztu wa Rabbil Kaaba. And this is the commander of the faithful that we are talking about. This is the father of eloquence. This is the one who cares about orphans. This is the one who takes pride in helping and serving widows and orphans and poor and needy. This is the commander of the faithful. This is who is being martyred, and these days are the days attributed to the martyrdom of Amirul Mu'minin. Now this is important for all of us, for every, not only Shia, not only Muslim, but for every individual who considers himself or herself to be a human being, to commemorate on this day, to feel sad on this day. This is the day when Imam Ali ﷺ gathered everyone around him and asked his son Imam Hassan to call every child, every daughter, every son, and Imam Hassan ﷺ, being the eldest in the family, gathered everyone around the bed of Amir al-Mu'mineen, where the narrations, they say that Imam ﷺ was in deep pain, and sometimes he used to stretch his legs and he used to fold his hands. This was the amount of pain he was going through. Yeah, he used to stretch his legs, he used to fold his legs, he used to change sides on the bed. And when he noticed that it is the last time and it is the final moment, he asked his son Hassan to call everyone. He wants to make a will, and he wants to, have his last words with his children, the daughters, Zainab, Kulthum, Hassan, Hussein, Abbas. And that was the time Imam ﷺ gathered everyone, and he was talking. And through talking, those were the the breath of Amir al-Mu'minin ﷺ. And he kept on talking, doing his will, kept on saying, oh Hassan, you take care of the ummah, of my children, of Zainab, of Kulthum. Called Hassan, called Hussein, informed them about Karbala, everything happened. And then all of a sudden Imam ﷺ folded his legs and he sat down straight on his bed. Everybody was surprised. The children, they thought Imam is feeling better. But that was not the time that Imam was feeling better. He sat down and he said, Assalamu alayka ya Rasulullah. Assalamu alayka ya binta Rasulullah. And that was the time when Zainab came close and fell and threw herself on the feet of her father, and said, Ya Abata, why are you saying salam and why are you saluting the Holy Prophet? And that was the time when Imam informed that my brother, the Holy Prophet, your grandfather has come to take me away. And your mother is along with your father. And your grandmom, Khadija, is along with the Holy Prophet. And this was the time then Imam ﷺ was taking his last breath, and Imam ﷺ closed and shut his eyes, and he never spoke ever again, and Zainab never heard his father speaking again. May Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala give us the tawfiq to imitate the seerah of Amir al-Mu'mineen and to understand, and may Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala bless us all in this auspicious days, and especially this night, which is attributed to the night of Amir al-Mu'mineen alayhi salatu wassalam, and may Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala accept all our fasting and our ibadat. أعوذ بالله من الشيطان اللعين الرجيم بسم الله الرحمن الرحيم إن أحسن الحديث وأبلغ الموعظة كتاب الله أعوذ بالله من الشيطان اللعين الرجيم بسم الله الرحمن الرحيم الحمد لله رب العالمين والصلاة والسلام والتحية والإكرام على سيدنا ونبينا والشفيع المذنبين أبي القاسم مصطفى محمد وصلي على أمير المؤمنين علي بن أبي طالب وصلي على فاطمة الزهراء سيدة نساء العالمين وصلي على الحسن والحسين سيدي شباب أهل الجنة وعلي بن الحسين اللهم صل على محمد وآل محمد. ومحمد بن علي، اللهم صل على محمد وآل محمد. وجعفر بن محمد، وموسى بن جعفر، اللهم صل على محمد وآل محمد. وعلي بن موسى، اللهم صل على محمد وآل محمد. ومحمد بن علي، اللهم صل على محمد وآل محمد. وعلي بن محمد، اللهم صل على. والحسن بن علي، اللهم صل على محمد وآل محمد. والحجة ابن الحسن القائم المنتظر المهدي عجل الله تعالى فرجه الشريف. اللهم اغفر للمؤمنين والمؤمنات والمسلمين والمسلمات الأحياء منهم والأموات. تابع بيننا وبينهم بالخيرات إنك مجيب الدعوات إنك على كل شيء قدير. بسم الله الرحمن الرحيم. والعصر إن الإنسان لفي خسر إلا الذين آمنوا وعملوا الصالحات وتواصوا بالحق وتواصوا بالصبر. صدق الله العلي العظيم.